we still write raps, and we still say them. I'll express myself in rap sometimes, so I'll write something just to express myself. But going back in Detroit, we had a crew called 31, which was a well-known crew in Detroit, and we would do shows at the we would do like the battles at the hip hop shop. We would be part of the crews that's going to St. Andrews, who doing ciphers and all that stuff. And I'm like one of the founding members of that crew, and we had a number of groups that come through there. So a lot of cool stuff. My partner, my rap group was named Born Unknown back then. Born Unknown was our name, and it was me and my boy Beej. Me and my best friend Beej, who grew up on the same block, and we started rapping when we was around 11, 12, somewhere around there. But just ever since then, just hanging in basements and different people's houses, and making beats. And there's a lot of legends who came out of that time through the Detroit era. We
like who?
do shows with Slum Village, do shows with
MC
all these
Bree. MC Bree from Detroit, wasn't he?
No, he Flint. But
okay.
Shout out to Bree. Bree was dope. Bree was dope. No doubt.
Who the cast you just sent me again?
Okay, the group I sent you, that's part of my crew. They 31. They named Brain Trust. So these are that's the thing. The creativity never leaves. So once you enjoy that, like even this podcast and stuff, it kind of got that whole feel of hip hop, being young and hip hop and wanting to be around people who are like-minded and talking shit and doing that.
Yeah.
It's got that same feel. You're just sitting in whatever your room. I can't tell because you got the green screens behind, but you're sitting in the extra bedroom or the basement or you know what I'm saying, the attic or something. So it got that whole same feel.
I'm in the mansion.
And that's what these guys was. They were still making beats and records and everything else. So they made an album called We Still There, We Still Here. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Look it up. Apple Music. Brain Trust. We Still Here. It's good music. It's good. I wouldn't have sent it to you and endorsed it if it wasn't, if I wasn't blasting it in my car every day.
I said, like, you ain't never sent me no music, so I knew I had to listen to it.
Yeah, so that's my boys. Yeah, that's two of my old friends growing up.
Yeah, it was I actually liked it though. It actually got that solid hip hop sound. They sound like they've been out for a while, so they have been out for a while, and I knew people.
When you say been out, like that's probably the first. Like it's like this. And
they've been out, but they ain't never dropped nothing.
Especially DJ Period, and y'all both super hip hop. It's guys. It's just like basketball. It's just like everything. It's hoopers who are better than the guy who went to college. He was like, man, whatchamacallit is better than him.
Right.
But nobody knows about him, so a lot of these guys, it's not like they knew, but they knew to put in something where people can see it, because a lot of albums, and both y'all hip hop folks, I get a lot of records, and there's guys who don't know how to put stuff. Like I did an interview with them, Brain Trust, and I told him, hey, post the interview wherever you want to post it. And I linked him to Dropbox. And he just put the Dropbox link on the Facebook. I'm like, no, man, you gotta download it, then upload, so it's like a lot of, niggas who just doing it because they love it,
That shit hard to do. I was teaching Period that shit. That shit hard.
Hey, you be like, send me your song. That shit be titled like Leo's Final Draft and shit. You be like, yo, what's the name of your song, bruh? Like,
they don't even, that shit don't even come to their mind. They like,
I'm just saying that shit right now. Yep.
Listen, tell me what you think.
Well, that's why I say, like, now, just from what I learned, like, if you ask me what I learned the most from doing this shit all these years, it's like music, business. Like, you gotta learn the business part of that shit. It's like, you can't just be doing this shit. Like you were just saying about us, like, you can't be no hobby. So it's like, they just doing it like that, it's still a hobby. It's like, you gotta learn the business part and get your shit the right way so you can be on. Ain't no just doing this shit for the love. Fuck all that.
I'm 100% agreement. That's why I was happy that they got something on,
Spotify.
you know, all the different channels where you can really listen to it. Because it's hard just to listen to stuff through SoundCloud or through Dropbox links. You know, I'm not really playing it in my car. So when they had it on Spotify and then it just sounded really good, you know, I'm gonna help them push it because that's my boys.
So who you listen to? Who you listen to right now?
You know what? I've been listening to a lot of Griselda, like a lot of their projects, and then Freddie Gibbs. I like that kind of style of hip hop. That's pretty much it. I mean, I like Jay Electronica, but the new album I don't listen to that much. I listen to his old stuff.
I can't get into the new one. I tried. I can't get into it though.
What was holding you back from getting into it?
Nah, it was a lot of
too pro black for him.
No, I wasn't too pro black. It was too pro. It's too much Muslim man. Look, it's too many Muslim. I ain't Islam. I ain't Muslim. So like it ain't. And I ain't saying the music was bad. The music wasn't bad, but like I think when you got people listening to your music, they gotta understand what you're saying too. So if you got somebody that's unfamiliar with that lane, you could throw them off from the music by doing that. So for me, like I'm like, okay, this shit sounds good, but what are you talking about? You feel me? So I mean, like I ain't saying the album was bad, but I could see how someone might not put that shit on. It might not have a lot of replay value with certain people.
I was gonna say, what's the difference between that and the Kanye? It's kind of the same with the Kanye. Like, if you ain't a Christian like that, you ain't gonna like it either.
Facts. That's why I don't listen to that album that much no more. That the Christian, I listen to like the Pablo joint, old Kanye, but the Christian one, I ain't, man. Like, I just don't like. I mean, I like some of the songs. He got a song like what? Oh man, hey, real quick about that album. He got that song, "Closed on Sunday." You're my Chick-fil-A. I told my wife that shit, man. She was like, "Yo, he real thoughtful and shit. He loved me. He came with that." I couldn't tell her I got that shit from Kanye, man. She thought I made that up.
I ain't gonna never play that CD. That song around her.
Yo, no, but my son started singing it. So then she's like, "Why he saying it?" I was like, "All right, man, that's Kanye's song." She's like, "I knew you didn't make that thoughtful shit up." I was like,
"Don't you hate that when you get caught by something like that? You know, you get caught by something small." I did that the other day. I'm trying to talk lower because my lady in the other room.
Yeah.
I said something where I was like, it was a bookstore. I was like, all right. I had probably lied and said I've been in that bookstore.
Oh,
I was doing something. So I said, oh man, I got to go to that bookstore one day. That's a big. She was like, you said you would?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did. I was like, I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Just
she's like, you ain't went to that damn
switch
store.
Subject.
No, we do that. We get caught up like that because we just, at that moment, we just trying to either appease to them real quick so you can finish doing what you're doing or something. But that should always come out in the wash like she tell me.
Yeah, I will ask you.
Can't get away with it, man.
I was gonna ask you, are you podcasting full time?
Yeah. I do creative stuff full time. So that's a blessing, to be honest with you, is to be able to do some of the stuff that I enjoy full time. Now, when I say full time, I'm able to get enough projects to get it going where it's full time. That doesn't mean I don't have times of where my next project go, you know. I'm like, oh, I need a project right now, you know. So, but I'm able to string together enough projects where, and it takes care of enough that I don't have to work on anything else, you know.
How long
it was blessed in that way. Yeah. You do this full time? I don't know.
Yeah, I just quit my job like a couple of weeks ago, so now I am. Yeah. I would say, how long you been doing it full time?
It's been 2016. 2016 is when I just stopped working, because I was working this job, and I just got the job because I just needed some money. You know, you get what I'm saying? I would work the whole job and just hide in the cubicle and do other stuff And when the guy come around, act like I was working for a little bit. I think they knew I didn't really want to do that because I remember they would call me one time they called me to the office and it was like, hey, Shannon, what do you really, because I'm good at work, but I didn't have any desire for the thing that I was doing. It was some kind of sales job. And when I stopped, I just said, I'm not going back to a job. Now, I don't have nothing against working jobs, but I'm not going back to a job that doesn't serve me or I don't serve what I want to, I don't have a purpose to it. I'm just doing it just for the every 2-week paycheck. I just said to myself, unless, who knows but my plans is not to go back into anything that's not purposeful to my life. I tell stories and I'm good at it, so that's what I should be doing. If I was doing anything else, if you was watching, looking at Spike Lee selling cars, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, is that the best place for Spike Lee's time? You know what I'm saying? Or whoever is a story creator and you're like, I don't think that's the best use of his time, So for me, I have to look for projects or put myself in position for projects that's go pay me well enough. And that's a big thing too, Poe, as you kind of go into this area, talk to people who doing some of the things that you might see yourself doing because that's a big part for me is like asking for more. Sometimes it would be like, ask $20,000 for this, and that's normal within certain spirit things, I should ask this much. And each time you just get like more comfortable and comfortable doing that, so it's been a learning experience through those 4 years of just doing this by myself. I remember my first, I had got a call for a speaking engagement. It was at the Cleveland Library, and it was gonna pay me $12,000 for this panel, like to talk on this panel or whatever. Not $12,000, $1,200. And I was like, man, $1,200. I was a geek about it. I was like, $1,200. And ever from there, I was like, okay, I hit $1,200. Everybody I talked to is $1,200 now. And then I did something at South by Southwest, and it was $6,000. And I'll tell my wife, now it's $6,000. When I talk to somebody, it's gonna be $6,000. So that's just
now, shit.
That's just one of the things, just moving it up the road.
So 12 now?
My goal, one of my things is on my list is I want to do a $30,000 speaking engagement. Oh. So that's mean I got to work myself up, to that level, and to be able to get there.
You mean 31?
Yep, 31. I like that.
Cause we always
make it 31 just for the sake of the crew. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we always ask the guests, how would they flip $1,000? So how would you flip $1,000? That's why I asked you 31, just messing with you.
Oh, okay. How I flip $1,000?
Yeah.
$1,000. $1,000. Flip it. You know what? I would flip it the simple way. Right now, I did this just recently. I had my daughter wanted Oculus, the Oculus headset.
I got it.
And they went up in price because of COVID-19. People don't have nothing to do, so they want to play.
Right before that shit happened, I bought it in January.
Well, I went online, and I caught it at the right time at Walmart. And I bought 5 of them because I figured they sell it for $550 on certain online things, and it cost $399. So I just bought a bunch of them because I knew I could sell them. You know what I'm saying? So I sold them, and she pretty much got I don't think it's free. I don't think I made $400 on it, but I sold them all, and I made some money back. So she got an Oculus because I'm like $400 Oculus, but I saw it because I was gonna pay $550 for it. But then I got it I just bought them all because it was kept on saying that they had it in stock. So I would look for ways to flip money like that,
Mm-hmm.
So what did you sell it? If I had to turn it to $2,000 real quick, and then from the $2,000, find some way to turn it to $4,000,
What did you sell? What site did you sell it on? The Oculus.
You know what? I wish I could have found a better site. I sold it on eBay. eBay just had too many fees.
I know,
so
right?
I sold them on there, but it sold. You know, they just got too many fees, so that eats into the profit. You know.
Yeah, I wonder if you can sell them on Poshmark. I know they're mostly clothes on there, but sometimes you see little stuff like that on Poshmark.
But Amazon, they take a lot of fees too, though, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. Amazon had people selling them for the crazy markup too, though.
That's what I was gonna get it. I was gonna get it from Amazon, and I kept on seeing it for $550, and then I kept checking Best Buy because I figured Best Buy can't mark up their stuff like that. And then I checked Walmart, and Walmart didn't mark up their stuff like that either. I think they did later on, but it's the third party you buy them from. You're not buying from them, you know. So I got 5 of them for $3.99.
Yeah, that was a come up right there.
Yeah, which wasn't no much risk to it because I figured like they go sell, you know, they go sell. So
you walk down the
finding something to flip that way probably.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Period guy hit you with his questions.
All right. If you was a superhero, what would your superpower be?
Oh man, that's my daughter's question.
Oh.
My daughter be asking me that. I would take the I don't know, I guess it says something about me. I'll take the mind reading thing where I can get in people's mind.
So you already know what they're gonna say when you ask them.
Yeah, where I can kind of like do the telepathy. You know how you can make people do stuff.
Be a finesser, huh? No, it's called finesse. You know what that's called.
Yeah, so that might say something about my personality or whatever. But I would like to like make people do what I want and be able to hear what they're saying and thinking. I think that'd be interesting to walk in a room, talk to somebody, and know what people are thinking. I sometimes play around with that anyway. You know, just being a person who likes story. You know, I see a couple out, and I might look at them, and sometimes you can see the guy. He just trying to get some. He ain't really into.
Oh yeah,
I just be like, she ain't really feeling. You know, I try to think on what they're thinking about or something like that. And
I thought about a sitcom or a little internet short series about something like that. I was gonna call it The Bubble. So like it's gonna be normal shit taking place, but above their head, like like normal conversation bubble that pop up, what they really thinking versus what they actually saying. Cause shit like that, like you at the bar, you saying some of the lamest shit you can because you think that's what she want to hear. But your bubble just said, I just want to fuck. Something like that. But I was thinking about that, man. But
no, I like that. I like that idea. That's a good idea.
It's almost like the voiceover shit that people be doing already. Like when they be doing a voiceover over like LeBron and all of them. But this would be like an actual series where like whatever you think, because it could be any situation. Like you going in to ask your boss for a raise. As soon as you walk in, the boss is like, "How you doing?" But the bubble be like, "Hey, this motherfucker. I know you about to ask me some shit about
I don't. Right?
The boss know why you coming in there though.
No, I like that. I like that idea a lot. That's honestly that go into even what I do. You know, I think that when I'm writing, I'll say to myself, because you're writing something about, you know, everything that's happening right now with the uprisings and all that kind of stuff going on, and you'll think to yourself like, what am I really thinking about this? You know, what am I really? And I'll do that, you know, to write something. Or if I'm writing something about a character, I'll be like, you know, what am I really? Or what do I really want? You know, so that whole going deeper, because a lot of times I think we just say what we want everybody. That's why I loved even seeing PoPolitics and show your Instagram, because I'm like, this is the stuff people, and you talk about mental health and positivity and all that kind of stuff. That's what people, especially of a certain age, we on that stuff. We're not really thinking about. So I like that whole, what are you really thinking? What do you really want? What do you really, you know?
Because we at that age where we don't sugarcoat shit no more. Like in all aspects, man. Like I just turned 40, so I remember when I was probably like 33. I was still in college, man. Like And in the class, I got 100% on every project I had in the class. I got 100%. And the teacher was like, "Man, you gotta come and tell everybody how you the oldest one in the class, and you got 100% on everything in the class." And I'm like, "Shit, man, I ain't got time to fuck around." Like, I understand 18-year-old, 19-year-old. They like, "All right, fuck this, whatever it is. I'm going because my mama made me go," type thing. We going because we go at 30-something years old. You in college for a reason.
You in college for that check.
Like, you ain't got no time to be like fucking around in school trying to be cool because. For one, you oldest, they ain't fucking with you because you old as shit anyway. So like, you there, I'm focused, bro. And it's like one of the things. Like right now at this age, we got to be talking about the shit. Like we could talk about who's the hottest rapper, who the hottest this, who this, but you also got to put that meat in there too, because that's the meat. That's that mental illness, police brutality, stock. We've been talking a lot about stock market lately because that's a good thing to get into that we as Black people don't know much about. You know, it's like, damn, man, stock market. I don't know about no shit about no stock market. Then you show them, oh, it's easy. It's that easy? Yeah, link your bank account. Say you want to put $10 on this and keep it pushing. They don't know it's that easy. But people like us, we got to be out there to like actually like hold their hand and walk them through it.
But you reach a point. You reach a point where you say to yourself, and the smart ones reach it early, right? So they reach it early. But you say to yourself, you know, why am I bullshitting around?
Right.
Why do I care as much what this person think, and why am I faking? You know when you're faking yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Why am I faking on it? So like you talking to your class and telling them, yeah, I'm here for a purpose, you know, and that's a lot. When I'm doing something, I talked about like working. I don't want to work no job that I don't give a fuck about, because I'm gonna tell them. I'm probably gonna be like, you know, because I really not engaged here because I really don't care less.
Like this ain't a good
but
job
to be, but to be like, to have like you talking about relationships. I remember in my 30s, you got to a point where you just be honest. Like hey, I don't see this going nowhere. We can still kick it, but you wasn't even doing all the little. Ups and downs and all this other stuff. You just be like, hey,
right in your 30s and the 30s and 40s, she telling you what it is up front too though. She like, look, I'll be over there.
Because she reached that point too.
Right.
Yeah.
You gonna give me that dick and I'm gonna leave. Or you gonna leave if you at my house. It is what it is. Now before it's
the
like
same point too.
I'm gonna give you a nice little, hey, 20-year-old nigga. I'm gonna cook for you. I'm gonna rub your feet. I'm gonna suck your toes. In her head, she like, nigga, you just want to fuck. Like, why you just want to come out and say that? You wasting time rubbing my feet. You wasting your time rubbing my feet.
Like, you don't know how to do it that good. No way. Just stop.
Yeah, you laughing and shit while I'm rubbing your feet. Yeah, just go ahead, give me that, get out of here, bro. Yeah, but that's how it's supposed to be, man. That's why, like Poe said, he want the vision. Basically, when we do this, it's like a regular conversation because you make people more relaxed to talk to you too. You don't want to be like, what is your favorite color and what. Like, motherfucker, who cares? Nobody care about rapper favorite color. I don't care about rapper favorite color. I don't care what he like to eat.
We need it, man. I like to hear about people's creative process sometimes. Definitely. I like to hear about, you know, interesting stories when they were in recording sessions or whatever, you know, interesting stories just in life in general. But
right.
But that be the thing that when I hear those conversations like you guys do on the podcast that stick out to me. Yeah.
For sure. And this is the last question I used to ask. So basically you having a dinner party and you can invite 3 people, living, dead, or fictional. Who you inviting and what you serving?
That's that's the funny one right there. That's the okay. It could be even fictional. See, I'll invite I'd pick all fictional characters. I invite you know what, this one character called it was Devil in the Blue Dress. What's his name? Shit, who's the guy's name in that? I read all them books. I can't. Easy Rollins would be one of the guys. I'd invite him because he would seem like he was cool as hell. I'll invite some Elmore Leonard characters from his books. and I'll invite, my dad too. My dad is a cool ass old Detroit player, and we wouldn't even eat. We'd just smoke a lot of weed. I ain't no big weed here, but everybody just smoke weed and talk shit. So it'd be a bunch of people who talk good shit, Yeah, but I like just listening in on them kind of conversations too, when it's a bunch of old
heads talking,
players and shit like that. I
they
like
say
listening in.
They say that's how Dolomite came on. That's when I was watching it. He was listening to them old heads talk they shit, and he just took them and made them into stories.
It's the most hilarious thing. That's just the same thing. Yeah,
that's what he did.
I can attest to that because I was growing up. My dad was like I figured that everybody in Detroit knew my dad's name. Like Billy Cason. Everybody would know it, and we'd drive around in his Cadillac going around the city, and we'd stop in stores, and he'd be talking to his friends. And they'd be talking shit, and I'd just be listening. So that a lot of my storytelling comes from that, just sitting back listening and watching, and them calling me Little Billy, and I'm like, my name is Shannon. I ain't like calling me Little nothing. I wouldn't like the rappers nowadays. I didn't want to be no Little nothing. I was like, my name's Shannon. And I just listen in, But I think as men, we need that time. You need that time. If you spend too much time with women all the time, you lose something. You got to be around older men. You got to be around strong men. You got to be around people so that it just comes on you. Like for me, I got daughters. I grew up with my mother, but sometimes I got to get the fuck around all these women, man. I got to be around some.
I got to go to the barbershop.
Yeah, I got to go to the bar. I got to go somewhere because it is hard sometimes finding, situations. But it'd be like, that's why when y'all invited me, I'm like, yeah, let's talk.
Yeah, I got a boy. He got a wife and 4 daughters. And that motherfucker, he don't understand why he always arguing and yelling at motherfuckers online. I'm like, nigga, I know why you yelling and arguing all the time online. Shit. That's all you surrounded by. I swear this dude, I'll be like, bruh. But he take it as an insult, but I'm being honest. I'm like, bruh, the reason why you beefing so much with people and these little internet groups and shit like that is because that's the energy you getting, man. Like, you got 4 daughters and they all teenagers. And your wife, shit, I'll probably go crazy if I had to be in the house with 4 daughters and a wife. Shit, because you ain't nobody. Because you are the last on the totem pole when you in the house with 4 daughters and a wife, nigga. So you can't say shit. You get the last piece of chicken and you shut the hell up.
You telling the truth.
Make sure daddy.
Right.
Make sure daddy play in the microwave. We might forget his birthday. We might forget his Father's Day. Shit. But you paying all the bills in the house. You paying the mortgage, everything, man. Look, and you got 4 girls and a wife. Shit, you ain't got no money either. Hey, look, I just joined the gun club. It's like a gun club out here. They go shooting. They go, some women involved too, but it's like there's a lot of guys. You just need other energy around because you absolutely right. That's why your friend is, because when you around a bunch of dudes, who gives a fuck what this person said in this comment on some post that nobody, and then also arguments mean something. Right.
Like I watch men argue. It ain't none of my business. If y'all arguing, y'all arguing. Y'all handle it, But if I want to jump in an argument, it's consequences to arguments.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like online, I can call you anything I want to in the comments, and there's no consequences to it. It's just, but you don't do that in person. You're not walking around calling other men to their face, bitch. And
they say that shit all the time online. You be like, man, you ain't gonna call them.
Suck my dick, all that shit.
Yeah, they say all that shit.
Suck my dick.
Hey, motherfucker said, I'll buy you a plane ticket, motherfucker, so you come out here. I'm like, nigga. But look, you gotta think about what the argument is about. Nigga, you finna kill this motherfucker over LeBron versus Michael Jordan?
I know it'd be some stupid shit.
But you forgot why you got mad, bro. You mad over LeBron, some LeBron shit, bro. You gotta chill. Why you
Yeah, we got a Facebook group. It's the worst, man. This Facebook group we in.
Yeah, we got a group we in. Them motherfuckers one dude literally like fucking sent the other one like a box of like little dicks. Man, little weird shit, man. Like, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna fly to where you at. But the funny shit is what the shit stemmed from. Nobody ain't listening to Eminem in their car riding through the street. I don't know about Detroit, but I ain't never been in a car with a motherfucker. They said throwing that new Eminem. No, so why you fighting for Eminem like that when you don't know him? Like little shit like that where you want to physically harm somebody because they ain't agreeing with you on what they feel about Eminem or what they feel about Lil Wayne or any other rapper. But that online shit be funny, man, because it's like you really mad over some shit that is stupid.
That's what I think sometimes even with me, I think, you know, I don't engage as much because I don't really give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? So but engaging, I guess, brings you more attention, more engagement yourself. But it's sometimes be like, and even I'm gonna be real with you. Even when I see, and I know it's a big thing, like people talk about the current events and some of that, I even be like, I guess I'm my father's son in some ways because I'm like, who the fuck cares what Tekashi said? I don't give a fuck what this you know, and I know a lot of people do. So sometimes, but I'll be like, man, I would feel weird talking about that.
On all levels,
and I don't never really talk about any celebrity. I don't really talk about anybody in a sense because I kind of take that whole philosophy. Even with my storytelling, like in my podcast, I would never really bring up anybody to down them because I always think of it if the person was right in front of me. You know, would I do this if they was right in front of me? I always do that. And then I think about, like, I might meet this person one day. And then the other thing is, I don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? I really don't care what this, I don't know that person. I don't know him personally. So how can I be that
mad at him or yeah, I'll be like, why are you so mad? Look, on all aspects of it. Like, you got people that's mad that he did what he did. And you got people that's mad on the flip side because he making music now. I'm like, dude, who cares? Nobody cares what the fuck he did, what he did. That ain't my decision to go. It ain't my decision to say somebody got to go kill Tekashi because he snitched. Motherfucker snitch every day.
I feel like with me, just whatever I do, I kind of just got to stay, just stay what's going on in the hip hop news. But I would say that's your but I know what I thought was funny was how he bust out a lot of these other rappers for being snitches. So he was like, okay, what about y'all? Cause he bust out Snoop, Meek Mills was with a snitch. He was talking about Future. So he was like, okay, why? He said, okay, cause I'm level 10 snitch, y'all level 6 snitch, then it's different. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, he make little points, like he doing something right, cause shit, like I said, that last video he came out with, the Nicki Minaj one had 46 million views in like one day.
See,
so something is right.
Poe is part of the problem, man. See, he part of the problem. Look at it, 46 million views. Hey. Is that something that you playing in the car?
But I'm shit. I'm gonna fucking be one of them views. Look at that video, see what Nicki Minaj got on. Shit.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I think I watched the little clip like 5-6 times. I'm like, what the fuck do she got on? Like, we was talking about that before the.
She might well be just naked on the motherfucker.
We was talking about that. We was talking about the first guest.
Nicki Minaj probably look like garbage if you saw her in person. You get what I'm saying? She probably looked like, you'd be like, what the fuck? You probably leaning this way, got this and marks all over here. You'd be like,
yeah.
That's why I said what makes But I said what makes the difference?
Trina down the street is killing her. You know what I mean? Just go look at Trina. Go find not Trina, but I'm saying like some girl named.
No, but I'm saying what made the nipple sacred? Like, Nicki Minaj only got a pasty over a nipple. I'm like, yo, what's the difference with seeing a whole titty versus the nipple? Like, you basically showing your whole titty, but you don't show the nipple, so it's okay. Like, I don't get that shit, man. It's like a burning question.
But the thing is this. That's nipples are like fingerprints in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Every one of them is different in different ways. So when you don't see the nipple, you don't know exactly what it looked like because there's a lot of different kinds of nipple. So it's like, that. I wonder if she has, wide area. You have all these. I wonder if they stick out. I wonder if
you ain't really seen her. So you ain't seen her nipples then. You ain't never seen her titties if you ain't seen her nipples. Is what you saying?
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
I agree too. Now you just kick some knowledge for me. You're like, oh, okay, well, shit.
Because you wonder to yourself. You say, I wonder if they, you wonder. So if she showed that, then it takes away that, that mystery. Yeah. She can go 10 more years. When what's her name, Halle Berry finally decided, everybody just wanted to see.
Oh yeah.
They stick out like that.
I'm gonna say, what do you see podcasts going like 5 years from now? Where you see the industry going?
I see it being even more accessible. Whatever we're doing, if maybe it's in VR or AR type stuff, and we're doing more integrations with real life. Like I think a lot of it. Like I got a lot of this equipment and all this kind of stuff. I think that this stuff is going to be way outdated. We'll just be using our
computer,
whatever a computer. We'll use our phones or whatever new phones that they come up with or whatever. We'll use that to kind of create it. Because even now, I could be on here right now with my phone, but I'm using this Logitech little webcam up here, and it's easier that way. But I think it's going to get more and more mobile, more and more you're just able to do it wherever you are. So that's going to make it more accessible, but you still going to have the big players, people who can stand out and make great content. Because even now with podcasting, I don't know how many podcasts, probably, millions of podcasts, but you still got a lot of, a lot of ones that's in the bottom rung, and then you got a few that's mid, or most of them in the mid, and then a lot of top players too. So, but it's just being more accessible to me.
Yeah, I said, what you think about Joe Rogan getting that $100 million?
I love it. I love when I see big moves like that. That just shows you that the industry is expecting more out of podcasting, and they're looking 10, 20 years ahead, 10, 15 years ahead too. So they know what they're looking at when they're making moves like that. And you could probably see some other big moves like that too with other platforms. So Spotify probably do a lot more, and there's some other ones too.
How much you gonna ask for?
He asked for 100. I'm gonna ask for 100 too.
I'm gonna ask for 200.
Yeah, yeah.
And they talking about already be up there. That'll be 150.
No, you're right. You're right.
Shit, Buns was talking about, Joe Buns was saying when he first started, he said he turned down $10 million. So shit, I don't know how much he's making now, but he said he turned down $10 million when he first started. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Shit popping.
Yeah. You made any money doing these things? These podcasting and stuff?
I made some money, but not enough. Shit. Cause I don't be wanting to charge the artist, so I gotta advertise and all that. But like I said, now I got more time. I'm doing it full time, so I'll work on that. Cause you just hit up the sponsors straight up.
Just hit them up straight up, man.
Yeah.
All you gotta do, you probably know some sponsors right now, and sometimes it's ways to deal with people. You can deal with them with the whole. I get this many views and I can do this and that and the other, or you can hit them up and just say, hey, I bring a coolness to what the fuck you do, you get what I'm saying? Or I bring this to what you do. And for me with Lagunitas is a storytelling brand. Like they like to tell stories. I tell stories. That's what I do, So let's link, or let's help one another. So I share my story, and I got listeners now that say anytime they see Lagunitas, they hear my podcast, or they go to try it on Just GP, because Shannon said Lagunitas on every episode, you know, and
that shit's
I speak to
strong.
Probably a more diverse audience. You know, a lot of people like Lagunitas, but at the same time, you know, a lot of black folks be like, man, I tried Lagunitas for the first time. I like this shit. You know,
it's strong.
But yeah, that's dope.
On your ass.
Yeah. So,
we got like 3 minutes.
But just breaking out and just asking, you know, because the thing is, only thing a person say is no. It's just like game or just like anything, you know. Anything a person can say is no to you. And what you gonna do?
I learned that.
Go to the next one.
I learned that being a recruiter for the Marines. They tell you, look, when you talking about everything in the training, everybody say yeah after you give them all your shit you talking. After you show them all the features and benefits, they usually say yeah. But when you on them streets, motherfucker, you gonna get very few yeses. So you got to be able to take them no's, because them no's is what's gonna propel you to be a better a salesman of your craft and shit. So they taught us that from the jump, because like shit, when you in recruiter school, at the end of all shit you say, Johnny gonna join the Marines. When you talk to the real Johnny and you give him all the shit you say, that motherfucker gonna say, get the fuck out of my face. What you gonna do then?
Keep going.
Are you gonna fold? You gonna fold and say, I ain't doing this shit no more? Or are you gonna go try to talk to 10 more Johnnies? Like, that's why they do the analytics, because it's like, shit, man, you got some people, it take them what? You got to talk to 40 people for one motherfucker agree to come to an interview. Or you got to call this many people on the phone before you get one person to say, yeah, I guess I'll come check it out. So, yeah, you got to just keep it pushing, man. I really think that's a big thing when it comes to this type of market that we in, because, shit, man, you going to have a lot of motherfuckers that's like, why I listen to you when I could listen to fucking Nicki Minaj on her shit she got? Why I listen to you when I listen to Joe Budden? That's rejection. You just got to keep it pushing. Yo, we got 2 minutes, man. Anything you want to leave anybody with, the listeners with, your followers? Any words of wisdom that you want to leave them with?
I'll piggyback off of what you said. Make your goal, go towards it, have intention in your life, have purpose to everything that you're doing. And that don't mean it got to be some, you know, high-minded religious thing. Just what do you want? What do you really want, and have that purpose to it? My podcast, Homemade Stories, look it up. People love it. Once you get it, you binge it. I got other podcasts, The Trouble, and another podcast called In Good Cold Detroit, telling Detroit entrepreneur stories. And you can find me everywhere at Shannon Cason. And
I just followed all of them too. I think I looked on your profile. I followed whatever.
Yeah, I think I followed you back. You back. Yeah, appreciate that, DJ. Period.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Paul, we good. We out. We got another show coming up. Hey, get ready for the greatest. He up next on the X Squad Network.
All right, man. Nice talking to you again, bro.
All right, see y'all.
All right, we out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we good.